What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and my fresh playthrough in 2022. So last episode, we got the Wave 5 fail in our first experience in Chaos 1. Now we're going to go in and see if we can't get a win. Now, I did do a couple of things with some of that new gear. First off, I finally spent a little gold. My first gold spending now. And I pumped it into this fortification shard just to give myself some little bit thicker walls. The apprentice, I'm still using this campaign weapon. That new weapon that dropped is just not glorious. It's putting out about the same DPS, with this one being a faster firing weapon with that fire chip. So I stuck with the campaign weapon. However, we do have a couple of upgrades on our armor. And then for our R's, of course, we've got some nice Chaos 1 relics now. And we are able to pump up the damage potential on these bad boys just a little bit. Now, let's go ahead and jump on back to basics. I did that forest biome map because I thought the extra DU would make things really easy. And really, for the first attempt making it to Wave 5, I think that definitely helped out. However, let's go ahead and jump back to the basics and try to get ourselves a win. And let's go to the Gates of Dragonthal. So let's go ahead and hop on in and get things started. And here we go. Now, I've got some fatter walls. One thing I want to do is try to get a little more damage at the walls. Now, here in the gates, we've got 600 DU. We've got 3 lanes, but we've also got 2 flyer lanes. So I'm going to do, or see what I can do here to try to kind of do a turtle build, making it where we're right here at all 3 walls to help keep them repaired, but still handle these flyers. So let's start things off. Let's go with a spike blockade right about there. You see, it's quite a bit thicker now, 454,000. So that fortification shard and that new relic definitely helped out a ton. And then let's go something like that. Now, we do know that the flyers are coming. They're going to be here. Let's just get a Sky Guard up here. Just one Sky Guard to kind of help out with that flyer department. Now, additionally, I want to get a little more power at the walls than what I had. Now, what I ran in that last one was something like this, where it's double Flameard at the walls. And I want to add to that a little bit. So I'm going to add a Lightning Strike aura right here at the wall as well. And then we're going to go ahead and do that on these other lanes also. So let's get our 2 Flame Auras in. We're going to have to put that one a little bit wonky. And our Lightning Strike Aura. And then we'll go 2 Flame Auras and a Lightning Strike Aura here as well. And then let's see what we've got left over. So we got 220 DU left over, which would be, what, 7 more Flame Auras. So if we went 2 more on each lane, let's go like 1 there and 1 there. And then we'll go, say, 1 there, 1 there. That's going to leave me 1 lane where I can go with 3 and kind of make a little bit of a stronger lane. So I'm going to go something like this. Now, I debated on putting one of them right up front to potentially dip down and have the flyers dip down into it. However, I'm just unsure how much that's going to really help out just with one of them up there. So, you know, I'm just going to go without it, and I'm going to make sure to focus on those flyers. So let's go ahead and get things started. We do have 200 DU left over. With that 200 DU, I'm going to upgrade each one of the entrance side of Flame Auras, as that will be bringing the biggest pain right away. Actually, we got a little change left over. Let's hit that one as well. And let it fly here. Now, the difference here, although we don't have anywhere near as much DU per lane to spend, we've got everything is right here. One of the challenges I have right now is no run speed shard. So clearing out and getting from one area to the next on the bigger map is definitely a little bit on the challenging side. Now, we got to remember those javelin throwers, their javelins will pierce, so they're going to go through the walls and hit the core. So for the bulk of the waves, I want to kind of prioritize flyers first off. As you see, we've got a dive bomber flying in close there, but I want to prioritize the wither beasts and javelin throwers, or really just any range mob for that matter. But anytime we see a wither beast in the ground, I want to make sure that I'm doing something there to help that situation out. We took a kobold to the face there on that one, but, you know, a kobold to the face is much better than a kobold to the core, no doubt. We've got one more wither beast out here. Looks like that one's just about down. We got another in the middle. The wither beasts are, later in game, they become quite trivial, to the point where you just ignore they even exist. However, early game, the wither beasts can be the real deal. So they get planted in the ground and get their little buff going. It can be unhappy times, there's no doubt. Alright, so let's see. Now we know that the flyers are pushing in close. First things first, let's just repair all of our walls, though. With the flyers coming in, let's throw an up on the Sky Guard. And I think we might have enough to upgrade everything else. Are we going to have enough? We may just have enough to throw an upgrade on every aura, which I think that would be quite helpful, no doubt. We're going to be just shy. But everyone is at least upgraded once now, so that should help out quite a ton. Let's go one more wave, gather up some mana. Of course, you know, the smartest thing to do there would have been checking for any bosses that come on the lane tags. But since I decided to ignore the billboards, we don't know. It'll be a surprise, y'all. It'll be a surprise. Since I am on the Apprentice, one of the reasons I like the Apprentice so much early game is just getting that crowd control in. So having that tornado certainly helps things out. And let's get going on these wither beasts. These guys, I tell you, man, they are some persistent ones. We got one digging in over here as well. We got one already in the ground there. Okay, and we got an ogre coming in. So in ogre, the main thing is to avoid the stomp. If you can avoid the ogre stomp, you can really repair through essentially almost all of the damage that the ogres deal. But if you get so close where the ogre stomps, that's when it's going to cause problems. Let's just keep spraying into him. As soon as that wall takes a little bit of damage, I'm going to run over there and get a little assist in there. Oh, we had a dive bomber there. Ooh. Looks like he was getting a little bit of an electrocute from that lightning strikes aura. Do I have water on this weapon? No, I don't. I'm not really sure exactly what was going on there, unless it was just the default shock, you know, from the storm damage. Very nice. Let's just keep it flowing here. We got some fat upgrades out there now. Ooh, I thought I'd hit all the walls. Let's upgrade the walls too. Get them a little thicker. That takes them from 454 to 591. Good stuff there. And what else do we have left? Let's just spray it around a little bit. And alright, so what do we got? We got a Tuskar coming from the center lane. We got a captain coming from this left lane. So we'll want to keep an eye on those, of course. The benefit I have there is both of those are melee mobs. Once again, even without having the construction shard. Now, once you get a hold of the construction shard, you can repair through just tons and tons. But without having one, you're still able to repair through an absolute ton of damage on those walls. Just gotta make sure that you're gonna channel it when you need it. I'm going to keep my mana regened for a second here. Now, we do have some dive bombers coming, of course. I have failed miserably so far at watching out for these guys. Alright, we got wither beasts in the ground like crazy here. Okay, we got Tuskar and we got the captain. So they're both arrived. Let's just get these lanes thinned out as much as we can. The good thing about both of those, Tuskar and the captain, is you can get pretty darn close to them without them actually doing anything to you. So we're going to do our best to repair through this. However, I am running low on mana, so You know, that is the strangest thing, how many electrocutes we're getting just off this storm damage. Unless I have water on the walls, maybe? Alright, so we got one down. See if we can't repair through Tuskar as well. And Tuskar finally down. And let's see, we're on wave 4 now. We've got a skeleton boss, and we've got a Drakenlord. So the Drakenlord, of course, we're going to have to go to our Huntress, get them oiled up, and get them burned down. Now, as soon as we start getting some mana dropping, I do want to collect a little bit. I don't want to run out of mana while I'm trying to repair the walls again. There was a little sketch there last time with that. We got a dive bomby type flyer rolling in. Let's just get him done right out front here. Very nice. Keep these wither beasts out of the ground. They're just constantly getting buried in here. Okay, we got our Drakenlord. I'm going to have to save some mana here for this one. Okay, it's Slakelion. Now, Slakelion we know is going to be here every wave. But we also know Slakelion is super slow. So, with that in mind, I'm going to ignore Slakelion for the moment. We got our guy all oiled up. Let's see if we can't get him down. Oh, yeah. Big difference getting a little bit of extra power on the weapons. Now, the Drakenlord is squishy. It's just that shield, you know. Let's see if we can't get Slakelion squared away quickly as well. Remember, Slakelion will be respawning, so we'll be dealing with him every wave now. Or, actually, we've only got him one more wave, because it's wave 5 upcoming. Get these mages burned out. Mages can be quite the irritation as well, particularly with some of the bugs in the game, where the skellies will spawn right on the core. That's been wiped out of a lot of areas, but I still think it exists to an extent. Man, I really didn't want to spend on those walls, but I did anyway. Let's see. Let's go with these two. We'll get that one all the way. Wow, we've got some nice ups in now. Let's go on the Skyguard here. Okay, so what do we have for bosses? We've got an ogre coming there. We've got Gribs, and we've got another skeleton. So this is about perfect. I've got no Drakenlord to deal with. We've got no ranged mobs. I should be able to heal through everything these guys do. So excited about that. I bet I have also got a ton of upgrades, as I haven't been picking up any loot, as you all have seen here. So I bet you there is just a ton of upgrades on the ground as well. Now, one of the benefits we get with Slakelion spawning right there on the wall is he's getting the full attention of that Lightning Strike Aura and both of those Flame Auras. So the problem with Lightning Strike Auras are they're single target, so it doesn't always hit what you want them to. But, I mean, when there's nothing else there, it doesn't really have a choice. I'm going to throw out a few tornadoes for CC, but I'm going to try to hang on to as much of my mana as I can here. In fact, let's use that environmental trap too. You don't have to actually run up to that and interact with it. You can just shoot it from a distance, and that will give you... Same thing with this one. You'll get the little splody bomb out of it. Alright, our bosses are coming. We still got some flyers. Let me just put one shot into flyers. I burned all my mana now. It looks like the ogre is going to be here first. Make sure there's no wither beasts in the ground. Slakelion's coming. Slakelion will actually probably be the last to arrive. He is not a very speedy fella, that is for sure. So let's just keep mashing on this ogre In fact, we can start... Oh no, I have got no mana for wall repairs. Huge, huge, huge mistake right there. Luckily, we got the ogre down right away, but I have got to snag some mana here real quick. There we go. Now we got, we'll work on Gribs. Gribs should go relatively easy, and it looks like we're going to be able to heal through 100% of his damage on the wall. And then that will leave us a tiny trickle to heal through this wall as well, and Sakelion is almost down. So there we go. You know, I don't want to call it GG's already, but we are we got our very first Chaos 1 win, and it came on the second attempt. So, you know, not too shabby. In fact, if I would have done this map the first time and gotten those bosses, I may have gotten a win on my very first one, but we got it. Now, here is the big deal. The biggest possible prize from this tier is a destruction shard. Nothing is greater than that in the entire tier. So let's see if we get some ultra luck here. Let's see it. Let's see it. Concussive power. No such luck. How about run speed? Well, we got defense crit damage, although that's not a great item, particularly this early game. It's still, it's something. It's something that's going to help. I get 4% free crit, and I think we'll just go ahead and slap that right on those auras right away and take the free 4% completely unupgraded. But there is our very first win. We'll have to see. In fact, let's head on out. And let me show you all my basic philosophy on progressing through the tiers and getting upgraded. So let's grab our loot and head on out to Tavern here. And here we go. So we've got all of our loot off the map. We're off here in Tavern. Now this is something that will help get through the different tiers quicker, because it's all based on champion score. Your champion score is the highest hero score or gear score of whatever the highest one you have. It doesn't have to be in your deck, just whatever you have. The entire game is based off of champion score, and as you see here, to get to Chaos 2, we have to have a champion score of 580. Now, in almost no situation through the game do I ever suggest auto-equipping gear with this one example or difference. Now, I would never ever suggest auto-equipping relics. There's not that many defenses you're going to use. Hand place them, make sure you get what you want there. Now, as far as auto-equipping gear, what it's going to do is it's going to equip the highest gear score items on a hero. Now, if you pick a hero that you just don't care about their particular gear that they have, and you use that hero after every map to auto-equip, you're going to get the maximum possible champion score. In this situation, I'm not long-term, I'm going to be DPSing on my monk. So I just do not care about the gear my apprentice has right now. So my apprentice is 453, of course. If I use auto-equip, it's going to go through and pick the highest gear score items. And there we go. It took us all the way up to 603 just getting those items to drop. So a few 10 of 10 items came there on that next attempt. And bam, what just happened? The achievement popped up. We just unlocked Chaos 2, y'all. So one win, and we're in Chaos 2. Now, here's the huge downside. We don't have that big prize from Chaos 1 yet, and that is the Destruction Shard. Now, that will get it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.